Hello everybody, it's Stefan Joubert from the Stefan Joubert Guitar Academy, and in today's video, in response actually to one of our students who asked about the minor scales and how the minor scales work, I've decided to make a video on the various minor scales, including some really exotic minor scales, or actually one really exotic minor scale that I'm sure that you're going to enjoy. So let us get straight into it in this little video lesson, and let me explain to you a little bit more about the minor scales. So come with me on the guitar's fretboard and we're going to take a look now. So now let us take a look at the first minor scale, which we all know, which is the minor pentatonic scale. I'm just going to use this as it's very easy for everybody to understand that. Again, I'm going to use A minor because it's right in the center of the fretboard where the hand can easily fit. String group 1, 4, 6 for the root notes, as you all know. And basically the scale is root, minor third, fourth, fifth, minor seventh, root, minor third, fourth, fifth, minor seventh, root. That is our pentatonic scale. And basically we're just going to use that throughout the lesson as well. But let us first just get to the natural minor scale. So the natural minor scale, the A natural minor or the relative minor of the C scales looks like this. You've got a root, a second, a minor third, a fourth, a fifth, a minor sixth, a minor seventh, up to the octave. There's no need for you to necessarily play it across more octaves in the beginning. It's very useful just to get to know the notes right there, just to know, okay, it's a root, a second, a minor third, a fourth, a fifth, a minor sixth, minor seventh to the octave. So that's the natural minor scale, derived as the sixth mode of the C major scale. So if we go to the relative minor, take the C, go down 3 semitones, 1, 2, 3, the same notes will give us the A natural minor. In this video, I'm not going to give perfect explanations on all of them. It's just not time for it. If you want much deeper knowledge, you can always get onto my website, book a guitar lesson with me, and I would be proud to help you learn and understand the instrument more. So now, that's the A natural minor. Now I'm going to play the A harmonic minor, which is the same as the natural minor, but we raise the seventh upwards. So you've got a root, a second, minor third, fourth, fifth, minor sixth, and then the seventh there. And in between that, you may recognize that as an interval of a minor third, but in this case it's actually an augmented second due to the fact that we have an F that goes to a G sharp. F to G, there are two, so it must be an augmented second. F to G sharp, then to root. Let me play it in one string, it's easier to see. There's the 10.5 gap, so 2 gaps. That's the harmonic minor, and we derive harmony from that. So when we got our first chord, fourth chord, the D minor, the fifth chord going back to the first chord, then we could, for example, go to the flat 6 major. These are all chords of the harmonic minor. Then we could go to the second, then we go to the fifth suspended, release it and come back home. Now let us take a look at the A melodic minor, used for the melody. So I'm going to talk about the classical melodic minor first. It's basically like a major scale, but with a flattened third on the way up. So it's a root, a second, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Coming down, you flatten the seventh and you flatten the sixth. So coming down is like the natural minor. The scale goes like this. Most guitarists will never use that. Guitarists rather use it as just an ascending version for improvisation purposes. But let me explain why the composers do use this. So basically, now listen to what happens here. We've got a dominant chord in the key of A minor, so E dominant seventh. Listen to the release. Tonic release. So basically on the way up, it's raised to function as the melody going into the tonic. This is where you've got the fifth chord of the scale, so the E7. E is the fifth of A is the tonic in this case. Removing back to the A minor, and that gives us the flat 7, flat 6, rather than major 7, because major 7 wants to move back there. So that's why it gets flattened as a release. And if you hit the 7th there, that's the dominant that wants to go to the tonic again. Once again, these videos are just overviews. If you do not understand all the concepts in depth, book lessons with me, I will explain to you much more. I'm not going to the depth of it, I'm just giving an overview on how this all works. Now, jazz players love using the melodic minor, but just the ascending version. So when we do jazz, we play basically root, second, minor third, fourth, fifth, major sixth, major seventh, root, second, minor third, fourth, fifth, major sixth, major seventh, root. It just works fantastic in jazz. And jazz players use the melodic minor across a variety of things, kind of superimposing it, turning it into various devices. So the A melodic minor could be used very, very nicely, for example, over a D9 or a D9 flat 5 chord. If I play an A melodic minor over that, kind of hear how really nice that sounds. There's a whole concept behind that in jazz. But that's another discussion for another day. We're just looking at the various minors here. Next up, I'd just like to talk about a favorite of a lot of players is the Dorian mode. So the Dorian is basically a minor scale, but it's got a flattened third and it's got a flattened seventh, but it's got a sweet major sixth. So you've got a root, second, minor third, fourth, a fifth, major sixth, minor seventh, root. So it's like a melodic minor, but without the seventh is flattened. So it sounds like this. Very sweet type of sound. Before I get to the exotic mode, let us talk about how you as a guitarist can practice this using your pentatonics. First thing I would say is take the first pentatonic position and add the second to it. So you play the root, whole step above the root is a second. Second there or there, root, second there. So when you play a solo, and you hit that second, you've got a very beautiful tone. And basically that can be used both for the Dorian that's a Dorian sound, or it could be used even in the natural minor. So basically that's the first step, is play your pentatonic scale and add a ninth to it to sweeten up the sound. Let's do a minor pentatonic scale with an added sixth. So we've got a root, minor third, fourth, fifth, major sixth, minor seventh, and a root. So all together. Really a Dorian sound. So that's the Dorian mode. So basically it's like a Dorian, it's a pentatonic with an added 6, and you can put a 9 in. If you put both of them in, you get a full Dorian scale, in fact. But next up, let's talk about the more exotic modes. The first mode is not that exotic. I think we all do know it. It is a Phrygian mode, the third mode of a major scale, basically. And basically, it's basically like the pentatonic. So the Dorian had the natural second and the major second and the major sixth. The Phrygian is the same thing, but it's a minor second and a minor sixth. So I'll play the Dorian first. Nice and sweet. Let me play the Phrygian for you. Now we're not so sweet anymore. We've got a darker sound. I mean, I'm not saying it's not beautiful, but it's definitely darker. Almost Spanish-like in its sound. And basically what we have here is a root, a minor second, a minor third, a fourth, a fifth, a minor sixth, a minor seventh, and a root. I'll play the entire scale through. That's sort of almost Spanish sound. When you play the pentatonic, you can try to do a pentatonic with the added flat second. Can you hear how that sounds? Bringing darkness to the sound, in fact. So Pentatonic Scale, add flat 2, can give you a nice dark Phrygian sound. Do experiment with that. Finally, we get to one of my favorite scales. It's a Dorian with a sharp 4. It's also called the Romanian scale, I do believe. And it's also, if memory serves correct, and I think I'm right on this, the fourth mode of the Harmonic Minor scale. I love this mode. It's really just brings such joy to my heart. It's a root, major second, minor third, augmented fourth with the sharp 4, bringing the Lydian sound, a fifth, major sixth, minor seventh. Hear the darkness in that sound, but there's still something that's almost enigmatic to it. Very, very beautiful mode, this mode. And as a guitarist, you could try to play the pentatonic scale with no addition, but instead of playing the fourth, play the sharp 4. Stunning sound. So basically, that's like a pentatonic with a sharp 4. And what we could do is add a second on that. We get very interesting sounds if we do that. that was a little explanation on the minors and the different minor scales. One thing I'd like you to do, it depends on your level or where you are with your guitar playing, but just try some of these ideas. Try the pentatonic with the flat 2. Try the pentatonic with the sharp 4 instead of the natural 4, making, kind of playing a type of pentatonic version of our Romanian or fourth mode of the Harmonic Minor scale, the official name Dorian sharp 4. Or you can try the pentatonic with this added 6. We're talking about minor pentatonic here, or the pentatonic with the ninth. Yes, just experiment, and I just want you to take some time out just to have fun with your instrument, try different things out. If you have a loop pedal, loop something and just play along with it. Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you for that wonderful student that gave that idea. It just helps, whenever I've got ideas to be able to make videos about it. So thank you so much. May you all have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.